This is the last video for the Systems of Linear Equations module. In this video we are looking at section Syle H. Now in this section we are going to be looking at application problems, and we're going to be using simultaneous equations to solve them, because there are often practical application problems that require the solution of a system of linear equations to find the answer. Now, technique for the solution can be summarised as 1. Read the question carefully. Not to emphasise that enough. Determine what is required and find the two given conditions. Step 2. Clearly define the two required unknowns, so you're defining your variables. 3. Translate the given conditions into two equations using the defined variables. Step 4. Solve the system of equations using either substitution or elimination techniques. 5. Check your solution. 6. Translate the solution into a written answer. Remember, the written questions always should have written answers. Okay, now the first example here isn't in the textbook. This one's 3 books and 5 pencils cost $5.55. A book costs 10 cents more than 10 pencils. Find the cost of a book and a pencil. So I've just read the question to start with, and the last part of the question is giving me my variables because it wants me to find the cost of a book and a pencil. So I'm going to go let cost of book equal B and cost of pencil equals P. You can use X and Y if you want. I like using variables that match. Now let's try and come up with our equations. First part of the question says 3 books and 5 pencils cost $5.55, so it'll give me my first equation. The next part is a book costs 10 cents more than 10 pencils. Now, because we're talking about cents here, I'm going to use cents in my equation, so I'm going to convert that $5.55 to 555 cents. So, equations, 3 books, so 3B, plus 5 pencils, 5P, equals 555. That's equation 1. A book costs 10 cents more than 10 pencils. It's equation 2. I already have B out on its own, so I'm going to use substitution. So I'm going to get this 10 plus 10p, and I'm going to put it where the B is. So I'm subbing 2 into 1. I'm going to get 3 lots of 10 plus 10p, so that's my substitution, plus 5p equals 555. Expand the brackets. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 10p is 30p, plus 5p equals 555. Collect like terms. 30 plus 35p is 555. Isolating the variable, so we can take 30 from both sides. So 35p equals 525. Now I need to divide both sides by 35. So on your calculator, P is 525 divided by 35, and that is 15. So now I'm going to sub P equals 15 into equation 2, because that's the one where B is on its own. So B is going to be 10 plus 10 lots of P. That's 10 plus 10 lots of 15 is 150, so that's 160. Now, remembering we're dealing in cents, so therefore a pencil costs 15 cents and a book costs 160 cents, or $1.60. Now you can do a quick check. 3b plus 5p is 555. Left hand side would be 3 times my book, leave it in cents, plus 5 times 15, and that ends up being 3 times 160 is 480, plus 5 times 15 is 75, and add those two together and you get 555, which is your right hand side. So that's correct. Your other equation was B equals 10 plus 10p. So substituting for right hand side, it's 10 plus 10 lots of p, and that's 15. So 10 plus 150 is 160, which is my left hand side. So I know my solution is correct. Now, the next example I have here, it says, in a pen consisting of rabbits and chickens, I counted 25 heads and 80 legs. Assuming that each rabbit has 4 legs and each chicken has 2 legs, how many rabbits and chickens are there? So it's easier to make a table up. Sometimes it helps to sort everything out. And I'm dealing with rabbits and chickens. Okay? So one of my animals is a rabbit and the other's a chicken. I'm going to use an R for a rabbit and a C for chicken. Okay, now there's 25 heads in total. Okay, it says that here. And there's 80 legs in total. Okay, go back to my question. Assuming that each rabbit has 4 legs and each chicken has 2 legs, so now we can fill that in. Now rabbits, 4 legs, chickens, 2 legs, and they each have 1 head, you would hope. We've filled in our table. So now we can make this into an equation. Okay, so my number of heads, I've got 1R plus 1C. So 1 head for a rabbit plus 1 head for a chicken is going to be equal to 25. Okay, so note that R equals the number of rabbits and C equals the number of chickens. Okay, now look at our legs. We've got 4 for a rabbit plus 2 for a chicken, and that's going to give us a total of 80. So equation 1, equation 2. Now I can rearrange my equation, use substitution, or I can just do equation 1 times 2, and I get 1R times 2 is 2R, plus 1C times 2 is 2C, 25 times 2 is 50, so that's my equation 3. Now I'm rewriting my equation 2, okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go equation 2 minus equation 3. Now the reason why I'm doing it that way is that this 80 is bigger than that 50. Okay, so we'll save negative. Same here, 4R is bigger than 2R. So 4R minus 2R is 2R. 2C minus 2C is 0. 80 minus 50 is 30. So 2R is 30. Divide both sides by 2. R must be 15. Okay? Sub R equals 15 into equation 1. So I get 15, that's equation 1, remember, is up here. So I get 15 plus 1 chicken equals 25. So a chicken has to be, I need to take 15 from both sides. So a chicken is 25, take 15 is 10. So therefore there are 15 rabbits and 10 chickens. Okay, again, you can do a check. My first equation was R plus C equals 25. My left hand side would be 15 rabbits plus 10 chickens, which is 25, which is the right hand side. So that works. My other equation was 4R plus 2C equals 80. So the left hand side would be 4 times 15 plus 2 times 10. 4 times 15 is 60. 2 times 10 is 20, and that's 80, which is my right hand side. So I know my solution is correct. Now this is my next equation. In my wallet I have only 5 cent and 10 cent coins. So I'm dealing with 5 cent and 10 cent coins. How many of each type of coin do I have? If I have 35 coins in total and their value is $2.50. So I'm dealing with the number of coins, so I'm going to let number of 5-cent coins equal F, and 10-cent coins equal T. So I'm dealing with 5 cents and 10 cents. I have F 5-cent coins, T 10-cent coins, and there are 35 in total. That'll give me my first equation. So F plus T equals 35. In terms of value, a 5-cent coin, I'm going to leave it as cents, it's 5 cents. 10-cent coin is 10 cents. Total value is $2.50, so that's 250. That gives me our equation 2. So 5F plus 10T equals 250. And that's equation 1 and equation 2. Now if I go equation 1 times by 5, I have 5F plus 5T equals 35 times 5, which is 175. So that's my equation 3. My other one's 5F plus 10T equals 250. And that was my equation 2. Now 5F matches 5S, so I'm going to subtract. Here are my bigger numbers in 2, so I'm going to go 2 take away 3. 5F take 5F goes, 10T take 5T is 5T. 250 minus 175 is 75. 5T is 75, so we need to divide both sides by 5, so I get T is 15. Now I'm going to sub T equals 15 into equation 1, so it's F plus T, which is 15, equals 35. Take 15 from both sides, so I have that F equals 35 minus 15, which is 20. Okay, so now I'm going to sub, oh no, that's it, done. So my solution was T equals 15 and F equals 20. You can check it into the equations if you want, which you should really do to make sure you're right. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm just going to write, therefore there are 15 cent coins and 25 cent coins. And that's the solution. What now? Well, you can complete exercise Syle H1, which is looking at more application problems. That's the end of the module, so you need to revise. You can complete the review exercise in the textbook and then complete and submit the Syle module test.